It has since been hijacked and is now being used as the face of the Momo challenge, the suicide game encouraging children to harm themselves.
Well, it has to be said that there are reports that this is all a cruel hoax, but hoax or not, it's got parents worried all over Britain.
And someone who knows firsthand the devastating impact of online danger is Nicola Harteveld, who took part in our Be Kind campaign after her 14-year-old daughter Megan took her own life in 2017.
And after her youngest sons were targeted by the Momo challenge, Nicola joins us now alongside psychologist Anna Colton. And welcome both of you.
Welcome.
Anna, we'll start with you. Clinical psychologist, 15 years of experience specialising in work with children and adolescents. And for you, you say it's terrifying.
The online world can be really terrifying. The terror that is in parents at the moment over Momo is because it's targeting potentially the most vulnerable, our children, you know, and so that is terrifying. The point, though, about protecting kids is about educating them from a really young age. So you can't... It's very difficult to react every time there's something really frightening out there, because then we're very reactive and panic ensues, and actually it's the panic that whips things up even more and it stops us thinking. You know, we can't think when you're panicking, so it's really about trying to do it from a young age and have the conversation going, and then if there is something scary, you can say there's something new, you know about internet safety, we've been talking about it for, you know, since you were tiny, but just be a little bit aware.
The picture, which we're actually not going to show, because there might be somebody very young watching now, and it is actually that sculpture, but the face taken in isolation. And in taken in isolation, it makes you jump.
Horrible.
It is horrible.
It's horrible.
So how did this impact upon your family?
My children play a lot of Fortnite, I think, as do a lot of children, and it was during the Fortnite gameplay that Momo appeared with...
How?
It was like a pop-up that tells you then to WhatsApp a number, and it also appears with YouTube, like YouTubers are doing the Momo challenge online as well, which is also encouraging kids then to go searching for the Momo.
So your son, I think he's 12, isn't he, Miles?
He is, yeah.
So he came to you, first of all, to say, I've seen this, I know what it is. What was that discussion like?
No, he didn't know. He didn't actually tell me. It was a parent that told me about it via Facebook
Right.
Messenger, asking me, you know, what does she do about it? And when I asked my children, he said, yeah, I've seen that.
Right.
And, you know, he hadn't said anything. So then, luckily, my youngest hadn't seen it. They weren't aware of it. So I told them that it was, just in case they did, because they go on YouTube, they watch YouTubers, and I told them that it was a virus, and if they did pop on it or they did see it, it was going to delete their game data. So they were terrified of having the game, using it.
Because I think that's my concern. You know, Harry is 9, so he watches things on YouTube. I mean, I've been aware of this because I've seen it in the press. I didn't quite understand how it works and that it just pops up on these things, so it's there all the time. Do I draw his attention to it? I don't know. I'm a mum. I don't know what to do.
And it is difficult, and everyone will have a different approach to their own children. But for me, it's a bit like crossing the road. You know, we train our kids from a really young age. We talk about the danger of the cars. We talk about the fact you can't do it on your own. You have to hold your mum's hand. And you learn step by step. And with internet safety, it needs to be drip-fed from a tiny age like that, you know. And if your child is not young enough to cross the road alone, you don't let them.
But the worrying thing is, with something like Momo, because it's spread by fear, and it's
spread by fear.
If I went home and said to Harry tonight, right, there's this thing called Momo, is he going to go to school tomorrow and go, have you heard about Momo? And then, am I perpetuating something?
Does
I don't know.
show Harry the picture?
So it's difficult to say. It's personal. I would probably say, look, there's a bit of chat about a scary image. If you see it, just don't engage in it.
Is that
Shut
not
it
going to make
down.
him Google it? I mean,
Well,
I don't know what would you do?
That was my fear, that if it didn't say anything about it, and they go into school and their friends have all seen it, and then they are curious and they do start Googling it then. So at least if you ingrain that in them, this is what it is. And, you know, it's dangerous. You know, don't click on it. Or like I told my youngest, that it was a virus, and to stay away from it.
I don't know that between the four of us yet, of anyone watching, that we've actually managed to explain or even understand, and that's the trouble, you know, with people of our age, is understand what it is precisely. It's been described as a hoax. Some police forces have said that it's a phishing exercise. You know, it's that sort of thing. So in what way does that... It's a scary face, but there's loads of them on the internet. What makes it dangerous? How is it linked with suicide? What have we actually physically seen that is causing this?
I think it's the fact that whoever is behind it, whether or not it is a hoax, but there could be sort of people that are taking it on as being Momo, so to speak, and then are messaging, whether it be anonymously a friend or somebody, asking them to do these things such as leaving the gas on in your kitchen or harming yourselves.
Or harming others.
Or harming others, exactly. So it's a case of, even if it is a hoax, you know, all this hysteria and hype about it, is it perpetuating then for copycats to come and
I mean, so surely the platforms these are being seen on have some sort of responsibility to remove this, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
But the trouble is you can't police the internet like that. You can't take down a scary picture. If there is a specific link to a specific site that is specifically telling children to harm themselves, then they can act on that. But you can't take that picture off the internet.
Well, YouTube says, contrary to press reports, we've not received any links to videos showing or promoting the Momo challenge on YouTube. Content of this kind would be in violation of our policies and removed immediately. And WhatsApp, very similar. WhatsApp cares deeply about the safety of our users. It's easy to block any phone number, and we encourage users to report problematic messages to us so we can take action. We have a machine learning systems in place that ban accounts based on abusive behaviour and user reports.
There is actually a YouTube video out there, and I actually watched it last night, and I watched it again this morning. It's a YouTuber. He's got 1.3 million subscribers, and he is promoting the Momo challenge. He's doing the Momo challenge himself.
What is his version of the Momo challenge?
He's phoned, where there is a number, he's WhatsApped that number and then had a message back, I believe, from it. It doesn't show what he does, but he's saying, let's do the Momo challenge. And with 1.3 million subscribers... So
the Momo challenge is essentially what he's doing. He's just sending the picture. He's perpetuating the picture. He's not... I mean, YouTube wouldn't allow him to do that if he was encouraging people to self-harm or hurt themselves in any way.
But I guess if you're then contacting that number and then you get a message that does say to do something to yourself.
But is there proof that it actually exists?
From what I've seen, from my research, there isn't proof that this is directly linked to self-harm or suicide. There is proof that there is, excuse me, a horrible face out there that we all know because we've all seen it. There are videos of people watching, you know, it saying something to you in a scary voice. There doesn't seem to be more than that.
It's a difficult one. I'm not sure whether we've reached the answer of here what to do. I think, like you say, being very transparent with your kids is always the best thing to do.
And I have a bit of a golden rule generally when I work with kids. And you know, if an adult that you don't know or an app that you're not really sure, you know, or an app says to you, keep a secret, that's a red flag and it means go tell.
Yeah.
Always.
I think also, you know, one of the things that I've looked at here, which is jumping out at me, is the fact that your son came to you and said, look at this, what do you think of this? There is a rapport between you and him, and that's important.
Yeah, hugely. And like Anna's just said, if somebody... The point that you brought up about, if someone is telling you don't say something, then that is a red flag. You immediately must go and say something. It's like you said, it's like stranger danger. You promote your children to tell you if a grown-up or a stranger talks to you, then essentially it's the same sort of thing. Yep. But yeah, having that conversation with your children and for them to come and say, this has happened.
And as you've just mentioned, you know, transparency is so important. So if you're too strict and you're over-controlling, they won't tell you.
They won't tell you.
So it's about keeping it... It's a difficult balance. It's about keeping the line. It really is.
You know what? It'd be interesting to know whether you're going through this at home at the moment or you've got an answer or you've found a solution of way of working. Share it with us and we can share it with everyone. So thank you both. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.